Hi, this is the Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr., the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. It is 4/24/24, and I want to talk to you a little bit because I've been getting a lot of questions about this, about being in business for a long time in the organizing business and what it feels like. I always do my thanks and gratitude first. I give thanks and gratitude to everyone who's ever watched the show, listened to the show, been on the show, shared the show, commented on the show. Um, Nearly 9 years of doing this. It'll be in June. It'll be 9 years, so a month and a half or so, and heading towards 10 years since development. And I posted on one of my social media, I can't remember what it was. I found a video of me on my first day going in to do it. It was like, oh my god, I forgot all about that. All these memories. And I'm just amazed on some level that I have amassed the kind of mini empire that I have. And so thanks and gratitude to all that. Everybody who supported me. Um, I actually have 3 books out. It's called Follow My Leads. You can go to Amazon and get them. And my friend Caesar Espino and I wrote 3 books on different stages of our business and being entrepreneurs. We just finished our 4th book, which will be out soon. So stay tuned. I will be out soon. And that will also give you more insight to how I've run my business, how he's run his business during pandemics and viruses and all kind of stuff. So you'll get, but those books, we tell you the truth and shame the devil. We tell you exactly what it's like for some of us out there in the world, because I don't believe in sugarcoating stuff or making it sound like, oh my God, this is wonderful, everything's great. Or I'm not doom and gloom either. It's owning a business of any kind, doesn't matter what field it is or what it is you're doing, it's many things. And it's many emotions. And it's many feelings. And it's many everything. And it's just so there's just so much to it. And I think that for us, we need to explain and share with you guys out there who are maybe have not been in business as long, or you've been in business as long as I have, and are just like, is this normal? A lot of stuff is normal. Ups and downs. That's the one thing that I tell everybody all the time. Ups and downs will happen. And it was so funny when I first started. Yeah, there were influencers out there, kind of, but you had to pay to go to their seminars or things to see them. Now we have social media. I've been in business 15 years. So now we got social media. Social media, everybody in quotes, everybody's an influencer or a business coach or whatever. Some of us go to school, which I did, and got training and certifications and knowledge, actual practical knowledge, and also just doing it. That's life experience is just as important, as long as you pay attention. But now you get everybody telling you, okay, if you do it this way, you'll be rich. If you do it that way, you'll be successful. If you do it this way, it's like people are trying to find a quick way to do it, and there are some out there who really are, like myself, really are trying to help you. And you have to really weed through all of that. I think most of you are smart and will know that when after you're with somebody, you can tell if they're full of crap or not, or that their way doesn't work for you. I say it's just like being a professional organizer or a life coach. You can vet them. You can try different ones. You don't have to. You can interview them. You don't have to go. You know how you can consult them and as they're doing to you, and ask questions to see if you're a good fit. Um, and for me, I've had people. I would tell them I'm not a fit for you. I listen. I'm not in it just for the money. I don't want to, because I don't want you to hire me and I can't help you the way you want, and you won't win anyway. I'm just taking your money. I will never do that. Same with the organizing. I don't do hoarder houses anymore and that kind of stuff. That's just not for me. I will pass you on to somebody else. There's certain criteria now that in 15 years I don't have to do. I don't clean. I don't do handiwork. It's like there's certain things I don't do because I don't have to. And that's just my choice. So I just tell people all the time. There's things you have to kind of you have to kind of be sincere to yourself and true to yourself, because your clients can see right through it. They can. People can tell right through if you're being sincere or not. But being a long timer, and 15 years is a time. I say anything, 5 years is good, 10 years is great. Being in business 10 years, okay, you're on your way. But I think after 10 years, it's a whole different story. 15, 20, 25, you're somewhere in the middle of you're not a newbie, you're not ancient either, but you're a long timer. You're in there and you've been in business for enough time. You've gone through several decades. You've seen changes, and chances are you're a little older. So depending on when you started your business and where you are in 15, 20 years, I started in my 40s, well, actually late 30s. Now I'm in my mid 50s. That changes too. Your life changes. Kids get grown up. You get grandkids, aging parents may come into the picture. Downsizing yourself may be happening. Moves may happen. So all kind of stuff can happen when it comes to uh, while you're having a business and your life. So I always say that there are things that are really crucial to people in long time business that are different than newbies or people who are just or people who are there. A lot of the needs are different. We may be trying to slow down. We may be trying to cut jobs, trying to cut how much we do. It's different than when you're young and hungry and you're just starting. That's a different story. But when you've been in business for a while, you may be like, well, now I'm trying to like let go. Or there's certain, just like I said, certain needs are just different for when you're getting older. Um, Also, in some cases, you may be trying to expand. You're like, okay, it's been 10 years, 12 years. Now I want to expand. And I'm like, that's another story too. So I don't know. It's a different world, and I just do things in there. I've enjoyed being in business. I like being my own boss. I can do things however I want. It's my business. And but I'll tell you, there are things I do miss sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I don't. I make sure I say this. There are times I do miss having someone make a decision for me, not make a decision. There are times when I miss not having vacation pay. You have to make it up for you. I mean, where it's done for you. You have to set everything up yourself. So if you don't work, you get sick, you have to set up yourself. But there are times I wish that someone else did all the accounting, all the paperwork, that kind of stuff. You can, I mean, at some point you can hire that if you want to and get that going. But you know what I mean? Like there's some times when I had jobs where all that was taken care of, all I had to do is focus on the job. Right now, I have to focus on the job and the budgeting and the this and the that and the payroll it's a lot to do when you're a small business. And I'm not looking to expand because I'm actually want to do less. I mean, I have two businesses I'm running right now, and I need things I need to be there for my mom. I have grandkids. I mean, so there's things that I don't want to work as much. So there's that also. So I've been hiring people to help, but I haven't hired anybody yet to like take over. That's a thought also in your long time business owner. It's like, okay, well, when do I step down but continue the business, and when do I hand it over to somebody else to run? There's a lot of things that come in, and I'm not there yet. I was like, oh, I got to work a lot of years, but there are things that I am thinking about. The next 10 years, I'll be 65. 20 years, I'll be 75. I mean, like, what does that mean for me at that point? Because in the organizing world, especially, you go on forever. There's so much, I mean, people always need organizers. You go on forever. I'm in a big city of LA. I can have business all the time, and which I do. So it's kind of like that's not the problem either. Because I'm a longer timer. I'm like, I don't want to work as much anymore. I've pared down how many people I've had and how many things. I'm just like, yeah. Um, I suppose I'm talking another question people were asking me. Uh, what do I do when people um look at you or question your business or question how you do business, especially when you're a long timer, or you try to give you suggestions what you think you should do. That's always a tough one. I think I did a show on that. On some folks, I have mentors. I have people that I do go to for stuff. And every once in a while, someone comes up with a great idea that I've implemented in my business. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. But I don't ask for advice unless I need it, and I don't give advice unless I'm asked. To me, I have my business. I run it however I want to. It's my business. Um, I do it however I want. And if you don't like the way I do it, or you think I should do it this way, and I say it's all subjective. Oh, you should. Why don't you do this? Or why don't why don't you like an influence yourself and post videos of you cleaning a house? Like, that's not what I want to do. And that's not who I am. There are folks who do that. It works for them. It's like everybody's different. My responsibility is, well, get your own business and just worry about your stuff. Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. But folks will always, that's what I just learned, people will always tell you stuff. They always do. I'm unsolicited or not. They will always, there are people out there who just can't help themselves. They will be like, well, you think it's a good idea to do it that way? And you don't have to defend yourself. It's your business. You don't have to answer anybody. That's the whole point. Get your own business. You want to run your business, you do it your way. So there's always that whole thing of watching out for those folks who are telling you if you do it this way, you'll be successful. Plus those folks who tell you you should do it this way. You're like, but I'm already successful. I'm fine. I had someone ask me the other day, why'd you do the insurance business? There's lots of money in it. I'm like, it wasn't my passion. And they're just kind of like, huh? Like, it was my passion. I'm not in it just for money. I'm not trying to do work just for money. I did that job because I needed a job. I was helping out a friend at first. I stayed for 11 years. I stayed way too long. It was not my passion. I respect the genre. It's the genre. I respect the industry, the people who are in it who do it. But for me, it was just a job. It was not a career or a passion for me. What I do now is a passion and career. And so maybe I'm making less money than I would if I was in insurance. People are like, James, you're a salesperson. You should be a sales. Like, I don't want to do sales. Yeah, I can do sales. I've done sales in the past. That's just not me. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I have my own stuff. I do it by my own lane. And that's what I do. And that's what I think everybody, that's my advice to everybody. Just, you're going to get all kinds of stuff thrown at you from people, whether they believe in you, don't believe in you, question you, don't question you, talk crap about you, don't. I mean, you're going to hear all kind of stuff. You have to stay the course you want to set for yourself. If you want your business a certain way, do it. Mistakes happen, but you have to learn it. You have to learn it. I always tell people, if something doesn't work that I've tried, it's on me. Because now I won't resent you because you said you should try this. I tried, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for everybody. But my whole thing is, it's my business. I don't want to. It's me. I will succeed or fail on my own. Also, to those, another question I get all the time is to those who, at least about those who take it as a hobby or part time. Again, how you set your business, your business. However, it will depend on what kind of success you have. Some organizers have it as a part-time business and they've made the parameters and it's working for them. They're like, on the weekends, I do this. During the week, I have my regular job. Or I mean, it works as for however it works. And there are others who don't have success. They're like, why am I not getting more successful? You have to get a leap of faith. That is just anything you do. You have to just go, okay, I'm going for it. And just go for it. And I always believe that when your energies are all devoted to this one thing, the chances are it will happen. When your energies are scattered across, you're like, well, I'm over here, kind of, my foot's over here, my foot's in here, over here, kind of, then you don't, it doesn't really happen. That's just my opinion on that. But I just think that you have to get a leap of faith and just go, okay, I'm going to do this. And really sit around and really assess your life and what's going on before you do that, of course. You might find out you can't do it, and no big deal. Give yourself a timeline. Okay, I'll give myself a year. If it doesn't pick up or nothing happens, then that's it. But some of us, we found our calling, being business owners and being entrepreneurs. And you can also modify your business. Another thing too, nothing is set in stone. You can always edit and modify your business plan, business model, business services. You can drop things, add things. That's the smartest thing. There are things I don't do anymore that I did 15 years ago. And there are things that I do that I did do 15 years ago. So I mean, it can change. And also, for us, we had the pandemic, so many of us had to change. Then in LA, we had strikes, so us had to change. There's some outside things that happen too. Weather can make you change, extreme weather conditions, all kinds of stuff, health issues. You might have to pivot and change. So I think again, it's fine. It's totally fine. Nothing is set in stone, like nothing. You can change names, titles, services, businesses, money, amounts, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. There's a lot I need to say to you guys right now, but I say get my books. Follow our leads. There's 3 books. The 4th one's coming out soon. I'll be posting them on here when the 4th one comes out. Amazon, James Lott Jr., Caesar R.S. Spino. Check those out. Then of course, just check out this show. I mean, I talked to all these professionals. My other show too, a lot of help with James Lott Jr. And sometimes I have professionals on Extra Connections with James Lott Jr. We talk about all this stuff. We talk about all of it. And just give you something, we give you things to think about if you're in the business or think about going into business for yourself. I thought it was for other people. There's no misconception, but it was for me. I'm James Lott Jr. The Super Organizer is on all social media platforms. You follow us there. This show is audio and video. Audio is on every streaming service platform, and on video is at JLJ Media on YouTube. Everyone, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you later.